Shalom Makim. First and foremost, I want to get honors to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the truly powerful name of the one who calls God Jehovah. Yahweh Shai is the truly powerful name of the one who calls Jesus Christ. Secondly, I want to get honors to the elders and apostles in Millstone, peace and salutations to the hopeful elect of Israel. Lord willing, I'm a part of that number. So anyway, this is the Brother Magun back from GMAT Chicago camp with another edification. And I'm going to just jump into just a quick topic on basically, like, you cannot escape the judgment from the Lord. Like, the Lord will exact his vengeance upon you for all the wickedness that you have done, not only to him, but to Israel as a whole. But anyway, the first piece I'm going into is Amos chapter 1, verse 11. Thus saith Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof. So that means Esau, you did not transgress the Lord, not 1 time, not 2 times, not 3 times, but 4 times. And that's and for the 4th time, the Lord said, "Fuck it, you gonna get punished for it." And here's the reason. And here's the reason why. Because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and they cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. So that means, because you wanted to slay Israel, because you didn't show us pity, and because you bear an everlasting hatred for us, you will be punished for it. Ezekiel 25 verse 4, well, Salakia, not an everlasting, but a continual hatred, Salakia. Ezekiel 25 verse 14, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith Yahweh. So that means the Lord gonna use his people to enact his vengeance upon Edom. And so, the ones he gonna be using are going to enact his vengeance upon Edom. Ezekiel 35 verse 1, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against my seer and prophesy against it. My seer is basically just, the starting point of Esau. And say unto it, thus saith Yahweh, behold, O my seer, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. And I will lay thy cities, and thou shalt be desolate. Thou shalt know that I am Yahweh. That means, Esau, man, the Lord's going to basically destroy your cities. And you ain't gonna have no place to go, because thou, Salakia, verse 5, because thou hast had a perpetual, as I said before, that's a continual hatred, and that shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, and the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. So that means, because you, as I said before, because you wanted to because you bear a continual hatred for Israel, because you don't have the promise or the covenant that Israel have. You decided to do the wicked acts that you did, and decided to take advantage of us. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. So if thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. That means, when it says blood shall pursue thee, it basically means that death is coming for you. Judgment is coming for you. That's why I make my seer most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. Man, that tells you right then and there that that there's gonna be no more travel, and no more travel, man. Malachi 1 verse 4, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished. but we will return and build the desolate places. Does say, that's what we seeing right now. They, they were impoverished, man. They didn't have nothing because we fought, because we forced them into the caves, and we've into the Byzantine Empire, which is where they spent 1,000 years of their time. And then when they came out, they took over. Thus they shall build, but I will throw down. That means we see these big city, these great skyscrapers and stuff. This shit finna be wobble in a minute. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against the Lord, whom have indignation forever. Man. So that means, these people is known as the border of wickedness, man. Who else fix that, man? Who is this wicked for no reason? Or the so-called white man. And they bear an indignation against the Lord. Man, all right. But anyway, man, there is no escape from you. All right, but with that, I want to say shalom and a pop of all.